locked in.
Look at what we have here, folks.
To the only show that matters.
The cream of the crop.
Duke loves wrestling.
And there is no one that does it better than
your host.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
The Duke.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Welcome back to Duke Loves Rasslin. I am the Duke.
Put your phone down.
Well, listen. You know I'm a very important guy.
What do you get, Twitter?
I get a lot of messages. Well, you know, I posted the video.
What video?
The video.
I don't, first of all, I don't use Twitter.
Okay.
And secondly, if I did, I wouldn't tweet you or whatever the
you probably
F
would.
you call it.
I'm a pretty big time social media guy. Everyone follows me.
Oh, is that what you think?
But I tweeted out to that punk, the bomb.
Oh, God.
Just reminded him that this Saturday, this Saturday, we're talking about a Gamer Slam where I'm going to take the Xbit World Gaming Championship.
I can't believe we're still talking about this because we all know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm going to win.
No, you're not going to win.
I'm going to win.
You're not going to win. You're going to complain and say that this didn't work, that didn't work. You're going to lose, and then it's going to be a whole controversy.
I don't want you there because you're negative energy. I don't want you there.
No, first of all, I got invited before you did, A.
What?
And two, last week on this show, Babam ensured not only am I going to be there, but I may be working with him on some projects and not have to deal with you ever again.
I'm gonna fix that. I don't think that's the way things should go here. But folks, if you tune in, I'm gonna put it up on the Duke Loves Wrestling Facebook page, the Twitter. We're gonna be live streaming. I'm gonna destroy this guy. Okay, we got 7 games. I'm gonna destroy him. I'm gonna win that championship, and I'm gonna wear it everywhere.
By the way, how long is this going to take? This whole night?
It won't take
It's Saturday.
long.
I got a lot of places to be.
I'm
I'm
going
very
to beat
popular.
I'm going to beat him real quick. Don't you worry.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think maybe he'll beat you pretty quick. So
you
what?
imagine?
7 games. It'll take about 9.5 minutes, and then I can get the hell out of there.
I'm going to wear the championship belt everywhere.
Oh, God.
When I wake up I'm going to sleep with the belt on. So that's what a champion
Well,
does.
you sleep alone most of the time, so you need something to keep you company.
Well, a champion sleeps with the belt. That's what I'm going to do.
What is wrong with you?
And I'll get famous people to sign the strap. Ric Flair will sign my belt.
Oh, my God. No, he won't.
He will.
No.
Oh, it's true.
No.
Okay.
Because you'd have to have the belt, and I don't see that happening in reality.
Whatever. This is the show about pro wrestling and everything else, including me winning gaming championships, folks, because that's what I do. All I do is win.
No.
Shout out to DJ Khaled. That is my grumpy co-host / producer, the Boston bad boy. I'm Mike Pelosi.
Every damn hustling. Shout out
Ross.
to Rick Ross.
Wow.
Yeah. There you
Look
go.
at that. Huh? What do you know about the 305?
You know what
Miami?
I know about?
Huh? What?
You know what I know about?
What?
I got some mail today.
Oh.
That's what I know about.
Okay. Everybody gets mail. So
no,
what?
well, this was a nice little package that came in the mail, addressed to me.
Imagine that.
Came to our secret P.O. box, but it had my name on it. Not your name,
Oh.
my name.
Wow. Big
And
fancy man.
inside this package, and I have the item right here, and I will reveal it to you, is a is a T-shirt. Okay? All right, so I'm going to hold it up.
Okay.
I'm going to flip it around so you can see what's on the other side of it, okay? So there's a very nice heavyweight cotton T-shirt, very nice. And on the other side of it, it's red, it's very bold red. There you go. Ready? There it is. Huh?
Oh.
It's official, my friend.
Look at that.
It's official. I want you to tell everybody.
The Nation of African American Wrestling.
That's right, my friend.
Nah.
I have an official T-shirt, which means my membership is active and in good standing, and my ticket to get into the barbecue, valid.
How does that make you feel that you got a nice T-shirt there?
It makes me feel it's unity. That's how it makes me feel. It makes me feel it's proud.
Well, don't feel too special.
Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud.
Just so you know, take a look at this.
What?
Ha!
What is that?
I got one too.
No, you didn't.
I got one too.
Where did you get that? Who did you steal that from?
Sir, don't think for one second that people are sending you stuff and they're not going to send me stuff. The name of the show is Duke Loves
I don't
Wrestling.
think anybody sent that to you. I think you probably went and bought that because you somehow found out I was getting this shirt as granted to me.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
As a member. And you said, can't have it because that's how you are.
Yeah.
I can't. I want my own. So you went out and had it made. It looks a little shoddy. It looks like it's not the right kind.
Knockoff,
Looks like a
huh? It's a
knockoff.
knockoff.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Well.
So, I don't think you have any right being in the Nation of African American Wrestling fans.
Me?
Yes, I think you have you've done nothing to advance the cause of the wrestling fan. And I don't see you just when it comes down to it, you don't have the soul.
Oh, is that what
you don't have?
I don't have the soul.
You don't have the soul.
Is that you're the
That's
blues
right.
brother? Now.
That's
Now,
right.
listen to this.
Exactly right.
Wow, you know what? You remind me of Steve Martin. You're the
When
jerk.
was the last time?
Yeah.
you had some collard greens. Because I'll tell you exactly when the last time I had them.
2 weeks ago.
1 week, less than a week ago.
Oh.
Okay.
Who made them?
Who made them? I had them out.
Oh, I had them out.
I had them out. I was at a nice restaurant down over here, just outside of Boston at the Assembly Row.
Oh.
Southern-style restaurant.
Yeah, Southern Kin.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the one.
I know it very well.
So, I've always been warm and cold in that place.
Oh.
But had a nice fried chicken sandwich and had a little collard greens on the side. And I
Wow.
said, you know what? I'm going to go for it. Because, you want that stuff homemade.
Really?
They were delicious. It was delicious.
Do you know that the owners of Southern Kin, they follow me on Instagram?
Really?
They've been inviting me to go to their restaurant. Shout out to my friend Tiffany Faison, by the way. She just opened up a new restaurant, which is pretty cool.
You are going to be uninvited
because
because that's where I go sometimes, and I don't ever want to run into you there.
You
so
probably
whoever owns it,
Yeah.
just know you get a pick. You want somebody who is a member in good standing of the Nation of African American Wrestling fans, or do you want someone who's just a poser with a fake shirt?
I don't know why they
Do you
got
want
that
someone who enjoys the soul food on a regular basis, not like every 2 weeks?
The
Is that
soul
who you
food.
want? Yeah, that's right.
The soul food.
The soul food.
Okay.
That's right. It's a thing. It's our thing.
Oh, it's our thing.
That's right.
Who's our? You talking about
What
me?
do you mean who's our?
Uh,
What do you mean who's our?
Who's our? What our?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean those people?
Yeah, exactly. You're such a fool.
That T-shirt, don't let me ever see that again.
Listen,
I'm going to be wearing mine.
I can't believe they gave you that shirt.
You like that?
Fans, do not send the Boston
You know what? It
Bad
really
Boy
goes good
anything
with my
ever again,
complexion.
please.
The red.
Oh,
yeah,
I can tell. Yeah, it
it's
brings
good.
out the red in your eyes there.
It brings out it brings out the black in my soul, my friend.
That's it.
That's it.
That's exactly it.
And that's why you don't have a soul or soul.
Okay.
You have neither.
Nothing.
No.
Zero.
That's right.
Okay.
Let's move this along. Come on.
This guy
I'm already
is-
getting aggravated
he's
with you.
all over the place. You know what? Run the ropes. It's time to run the ropes. It's when I educate this knucklehead Boston bad boy in the top stories in the world of professional wrestling. Let's go. Dave Meltzer puts his foot in his mouth.
No, the big surprise.
Yeah. Oof. This is bad. Dave Meltzer, the guy that has the Wrestling Observer newsletter, and he's a big, prominent guy that covers pro wrestling, has been doing it for like 3 decades at least. Well, he said some things about Peyton Royce, about her appearance. It's clear that Dave has a problem with her breasts.
All right, wait a minute. Stop right there.
Yep.
What kind of a man or woman has a problem with breasts?
Well, clearly Dave Meltzer
I mean,
does.
breasts are pretty. There's not many downsides to breasts.
No. Dave Meltzer has found some downsides. So, in fact, you know what?
He would.
We're gonna table that one because I want to get a little in depth on that issue there with Mr. Dave Meltzer, the guy who's supposed to be covering pro wrestling, and instead he wants to wax poetic about how much he doesn't like breasts. Billy Corgan says he was borderline criminally deceived by TNA.
Boy, I feel borderline criminally deceived by Billy Corgan that he has any musical talent. People spent money on that
music.
music.
You need to stop messing with Billy Corgan. Okay?
People spent money on that music.
He is the smashing pumpkin. Okay, just
they
make
played
sure you know
Boston
that.
recently,
Yeah.
and people were like, "Oh, it was a great show." It's like, what has happened to music that people think that was a great show?
So how does that make you feel? You don't know anything
Correct.
about music.
No, it makes me
when
feel right. It
People
makes
let
me
you
feel-
know Billy Corgan is the man. My friend Billy Corgan, by the way.
Gee, yeah, okay.
Good friend of mine.
Yeah. You don't have any friends.
I
They're
have a
my
lot of
famous friends.
I got more. Conrad Thompson told you we're friends, and you magically took that out of the.
I don't remember that happening.
Yeah, well,
I don't remember that happening at all.
That's a dirty. move on
So
your
what
part.
is he complaining about now?
Billy, he said that. You remember he had that lawsuit against TNA,
Sure.
Impact Wrestling as we know it
Mm-hmm.
today, and there was unpaid loans of $1.8 million that they failed to repay him. Right, so that was going on like 2016, whatever.
Right.
Billy feels that they deceived him about their financial status so much that he should sue them again and for more money as a result of what
Where's
they
that going to come from?
did. I don't know.
I could sue you right now for $10 million.
Sure, go ahead.
I mean, you don't have a nickel.
Yeah. Hey,
So, what am I going to do? Right.
You know what I mean?
So what's that's his own is caveat emptor. Buyer beware.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
You're dealing with carnies, circus folk. You know what I mean? It's big money circus folk, but wrestling is circus.
Do you think you didn't know that? Do you think Billy Corgan was
Billy Corgan is every kid who got his driver's license and wanted to buy a used Corvette and spent their money on it when they were 16 years old and bought a piece of crap used Corvette because they were like, they just were starry. You know what I mean? They just wanted it. They wanted that red Corvette, and they wanted it, and they bought a used one that was a piece of junk because it's all they could afford. And guess what? It's a hunk of junk.
When I have Billy Corgan on this show, I want you to
never
make sure you're
happen.
on your
Ever
best
happen.
behavior, okay?
Never.
I don't need this attitude when Billy Corgan is on this show. I just want you to know that.
Listen,
You've
when Billy
embarrassed me
Corgan is
enough.
on this show,
Yeah.
I will be long gone because hell will have frozen over before that happens.
Billy Corgan is going to come on this show, and you be nice to him.
Absolutely not.
Okay. Triple H on NXT moving to regular TV. That's right, folks. You know that the WWE signed that major deal where they're going to be on Fox with SmackDown, right? They paid
Right.
over $1 billion for that. Well, NXT, which is currently only on the WWE Network, could potentially move to Fox Sports 1.
Boy.
That's a direct competitor to ESPN, mind you, right? So,
Oh, wait. Fox Sports 1 is different
FS1.
from, it's different from Fox Sports?
well, it is Fox Sports, but it's
They
Channel
call it-
1.
Oh,
They
I
have more
see.
than one.
Ah,
You know
I
how
see.
they
I
go.
get what you're
ESPN
saying.
has
Okay.
ESPN2
Right,
and
right,
ESPN
right.
News, all
Right.
that. So this is interesting, though, because NXT is a hot commodity. I mean, they travel all over the place. They do the thing and what have you. So now the idea is you take this major vehicle that's never been on regular TV and you put it on Fox Sports 1, and then you can support underneath it,
Mm-hmm.
do other things, build around it.
I think they're just playing a shell game with the cash.
Oh,
I think this is all just because there has been some stuff about them divesting. Hasn't there been some news about
well, people have been
Stephanie
cashing
McMahon
in,
cashing in and all that stuff? I don't know. This doesn't sound like people who are investing in the future. This sounds like people who see some writing on the wall,
Whoa.
and some big change will come where the WWE is suddenly owned by Walt Disney or something.
Let me ask you a
and
question.
and everything changes and they lose their mojo.
Let me ask you a question. If you're able to sell shows, not even the company, 2 shows for over $2 billion to 2 separate networks, isn't it time for you to get the heck out? You couldn't replicate that again if you wanted to. The Saudi deal, all this, this is the most money
The
they're
Saudi
probably
deal.
ever going to make, right? It's time to get out.
They should have got out a long time ago.
Well, anybody in business knows that when you have gotten to the point where you don't feel you can replicate what you did the year before, it's time to look for another job.
Yeah, but that means the whole thing is changing. That means that professional wrestling, as you know it, will change.
Sure.
But into a consumable in a different way than what people want, I think.
Well, I don't know about differently from what people want. I mean, clearly
Absolutely.
people want it. There's
Absolutely.
more pro wrestling on TV today than probably there has been in over 20 years.
Let me draw you a parallel. Star Wars.
Don't
Okay?
do this.
Star Wars.
Don't do this.
Star Wars, for people of our generation, and slightly before, was this coveted pop culture thing. It was like there was only 3 movies, and we waited a million years, and then George Lucas made these other 3 movies, and they were awful, but there was still a mythos around Star Wars. And then George Lucas decides to sell Lucasfilm to Disney for $18 trillion billion. And Disney says, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take what Star Wars invented, which was action figures and commoditize. What am I trying to say?
You don't even know. Can you speak English?
Commodize it. No, what's the word? We're going to sit here until I figure it out.
I don't know.
Turning it into a true commodity. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh.
And they start pumping out all these subpar movies that no one really asked for.
What are you talking about?
Subpar movies that make a lot of money, but do nothing for what the cultural impact is. So what you're going to have is, in the same way, professional wrestling, sold out for big bucks. They're going to keep pumping out all this stuff. It will lose whatever soul it has left, and it will just be another piece of wallpaper.
Oh, okay. Why is it that you always talk about things you don't know what you're talking about? Huh? Star Wars, literally one of the most lucrative franchises in history.
Why do you always talk about money? Why is, to you, it's always about money? It's not always about money.
That's the measure. You could not possibly measure.
No, because
a
you can.
business
Of course
or-
you can.
or
You can
something that
measure
makes
Star
money
Wars
beyond that.
You could travel to the depths of the heart of Africa.
Yeah.
And someone will know what Star Wars is.
Okay.
Someone who has never even had electricity in their home, potentially,
Yeah.
would know what Star Wars
What
is.
does that tell you?
That money can't buy that. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's impact.
Money
That
did
is
buy that.
that is global. No, that is awareness. Because that person never went to the movie theaters and bought a ticket for Star Wars.
But they know somebody that did.
But what I'm saying is, you're not understanding me. The monetization is not that person. That person is being impacted despite lack of
They're
monetization.
being impacted because somebody that they trust told them that this was something to care about.
Right.
Which is the point.
But that's not a money transaction.
That is a money
no, it
transaction because the person that told them about it that they trust, they spent money to learn about this thing.
Isn't. Okay.
So there
what?
it is.
But they still went and talked about it.
But there's a lot of things out there.
All right, so people went and spent money on the new Star Wars movie and told everybody it was awful.
Okay, so it was still the #1 movie in the world.
But it's awful.
But
don't you understand what I'm trying to say?
You think it's awful. That movie made money.
But making money, as we could tell by, let's say, Donald Trump, making money is not the judge of what's good and what's bad. Being able to make money does not build character. Being able to make money or produce money or whatever.
Let me ask you a question, because clearly you don't know what you're talking about. The next Star Wars movie that comes out, will there be less or more people that go see that movie?
Because the last movie that came out, less people went. Less people actually went. There's data. The Han Solo movie.
That's not true.
People did not go to see it.
That's not true. People may not have gone to see it over and over again.
No, people did.
But people went and saw it because it was the #1 movie in the world.
I don't think it actually ended up being number one.
Number one.
All right, for a fleeting moment.
It was #1.
It failed expectation.
So it's the be-back customer that makes your movie sustain over a long period of time.
How often do you go to two movie twice?
I do it all the time. If I like a movie, I'll see it more than once.
You're a weirdo.
Okay.
Why would you do that?
Because I like it. It's
because you do it to try and justify this idiotic economic idea you have, which makes absolutely no sense.
What's the idea?
The idea that people go back and that's what supports it.
That's right.
It makes no sense.
But that's what you do when you like something.
On opening week, all right, they go by the opening weekend numbers.
Yep.
How many people see it multiple times in the opening weekend?
Many people.
No,
do.
not many people.
Look at Black Panther. You think that those are all just original people seeing that movie?
Let's pick one movie that was an aberration.
I mean, come on.
Became its own thing before
Titanic.
the movie came out.
I saw Titanic 4 times.
The opening weekend? There wasn't enough time in the opening weekend to watch Titanic 4 times. No, you didn't.
Of course I did. That movie was like 4 hours long.
Get the hell out of here.
That was the best date of my life. So, folks, just so you know, the Boston Bad Boy doesn't know what he's talking about. So anytime you hear him on this show, just tune him out. That's right.
I'm so done with you.
Sad news to report. The passing of a WWE legend. That's right, folks. Unfortunately, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, one half of the Hart Foundation, one of the greatest tag teams in the history of pro wrestling, has moved on to the great big ring in the sky. Leaves behind his lovely family, including Natty Neidhart, who is a fantastic wrestler in her own right. Probably going to surpass her father as far as having a legendary career, which is not easy to do. But boy, I mean, just the outpouring of support and all the messages and what have you. Jim was beloved. And I know you remember Jim the Anvil Neidhart, part of the Hart Foundation, Boston Bad Boy. I mean, he took on everybody. You know, he's around for a long time. Yeah, definitely a worker. It's tough. The speculation on, what caused his death. I mean, the man was only 63 years old, but I'll tell you that he spent the last years of his life in pain.
Mm-hmm.
We know that. Unfortunately, that's a residual effect of being a high-level athlete. It just goes back to that. And I'm not going to blame any pills or anything like that. Obviously, the man wasn't on steroids or anything crazy like that, so don't get ahead of yourself. They feel that it was natural causes, but how much punishment can the body take before, when you are done, when you're not actively wrestling anymore, some of these injuries start to catch up to you?
I have an idea. I can start beating you with this wooden stick right now, and then we'll find out how much it can really take.
Really?
Yeah.
That's your idea?
Well, it's just an idea for science, of course.
Science?
Yeah.
Oh, you're not a scientist.
And you're not a wrestler.
Oh.
So I don't even think you're qualified to speak on this.
So then why would you beat me with a stick if I'm not a wrestler?
Because I don't like you.
See, this is what you do. I'm talking about something serious, and then you want to talk about sticks.
No, I want to talk about beating you to death. Oh, I have a good joke. Are you ready for this?
No.
It's a good joke.
Okay.
To lighten it up a little bit.
Oh.
Guy's walking down the beach, okay? Comes across a magic lamp. He rubs the magic lamp, and the genie pops out of the lamp, as they do. And he says, "Congratulations, you've won 3 wishes." You found the lamp. And the guy goes, "Wow, that's awesome." And the genie says, "Wait a minute, there's a condition. Whatever you get, your ex-wife gets double." The guy goes, "Well, all right, that doesn't sound too bad, I guess." He goes, "All right, I want $100 million in gold bullion. And Jeannie says, okay, well, your ex-wife's getting $200 million. He goes, I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. And go, okay, bing, big pile of gold. And the ex-wife, bing, bing, she gets a pile of gold. Okay. And the guy says, all right, wish number 2. Okay, I want a big house on the ocean. Remember, your ex-wife's going to get double the size. I don't care. I want my house. Big house on the ocean. Right across the bay. Big house. Double the size. The ex-wife. Jeannie says, okay, time for your 3rd and final wish. The guy thinks about it for a minute, and he says, beat me half to death.
Oh, my God. Wow. Well, there it is, folks. You didn't think this guy could get any worse, but there it is.
That is a funny joke.
That's the worst joke I've ever heard.
I like that one.
It's the worst joke I've ever heard. It's the worst. Just terrible. Good job.
Anything I can do to ruin this podcast and get it over with, I'm in.
You're doing a good job. And the number 1 story in the world of professional wrestling is Summerslam is this weekend, folks. That's right. The second biggest pay-per-view of the year, Summerslam. Mm-hmm. It's going to be happening live from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. It's pretty wild, huh?
When is that? Sunday?
Sunday. Mm-hmm. Can't wait for that, man. But you keep in mind, the NXT pay-per-view takeover is on Saturday.
Well, and keep in mind that you're going to be losing your lunch
and
Gamerslam on Saturday.
You don't have to worry about that. I'm going to win that.
You're not going to make me watch wrestling when we're there doing that. Like, it's not going to be on while we're doing our
Don't
event.
you worry about what's going to be happening. All you need to know is I'm going to win, okay? But, yeah, folks, SummerSlam, it's going to be interesting to see what the number 1 match of the night is. I mean, you got Brock Lesnar, who may be leaving for UFC.
Who cares?
And he's taking on Roman Reigns, who no one can stand.
No, wait, that's not true.
What do you mean?
People like Roman Reigns.
No one likes Roman Reigns. And then you have Alexa Bliss, who's the MVP, one of my favorites, of course, against Ronda Rousey. Who
again, no one cares.
Many expect to win the championship, which would just be a travesty. But which match do you make the headlining match? See, I go with Rousey and Bliss. The women and the pay-per-view, everyone goes home happy because no one has a problem with that match. If you put Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns in the final match of the night, people are going to boo. They're going to be pissed off no matter who wins. They're not going to be happy.
No, I think that's all in your imagination.
No, this is a fact. People are upset at Brock Lesnar because he hasn't defended the title much, and they don't like Roman Reigns. So the combination of the two, this is a problem.
Well, they can't both be heels.
That's the point. This is where they have a problem right now because they both are heels.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all stupid. And again, they should have a women's match, and that should be the main thing.
Yes.
But it should be between like a real wrestler and someone other than Ronda Rousey.
A real wrestler? What do you mean a real wrestler?
Well, it should be 2 real wrestlers.
What do you mean real wrestler? Ronda Rousey is a real wrestler.
No, she's not.
Well,
this is a pit stop in her career.
All
is
right,
what this is.
she just put out a statement saying she's going to extend her contract. So you see what you did to yourself, Boston Bad Boy.
Like that means
you
what?
Soiled yourself. You soiled yourself.
I'll write a contract right here on this piece of paper and shove it in your face, and then see how much that holds water.
I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
It means it's worthless.
What? No,
it means it's worthless.
She's making
give
money.
me that fake T-shirt, and I'll write a contract on it.
That's a real T-shirt.
No,
she's
fake
making,
T-shirt.
She's making money.
Yeah,
she's found her confidence again. She's in a place where people respect her and care about her. She's not going anywhere.
I don't respect her. I don't care about her.
Well, she would destroy you. Do you know that?
I don't know, because now she's doing wrestling, and it's not the same.
She judo flipped 6 men the other night. Just whip, whip, whip. She did it. Mm-hmm. She did it. Mm-hmm. I'm just telling you right now. It was awesome.
I don't know. Just doesn't do it for me.
Well, I want to see Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss in the main event. And I want to see Ronda Rousey lose to Alexa Bliss because she's 5 feet of fury and she's the MVP. She's amazing. I think that should happen. Okay? And while we're on this subject, let me just say about SummerSlam here. Okay? And I'm gonna take the gloves off on this one. Normally we go to a commercial break and then come back to the next segment. We'll just bleed into the next segment. I don't care.
What do you mean? You can't just do that.
No, I'm going to do that. All you fools out there who are celebrating the fact that New Japan Pro Wrestling and Ring of Honor have combined and they just sold out Madison Square Garden for their mega event next year, so what? Okay? So what? The WWE is in the Barclays Center, which is bigger than Madison Square Garden. So let's get that straight, first of all. Second of all, Vince McMahon, who's a very good friend of mine, he called me personally and he let me know. He's not concerned about these other fly-by-night organizations having events at Madison Square Garden. It doesn't matter, okay? So all you punks out there and you Cody Rhodes and everybody out there who wants to sit there and try to act like they're such big shots, you mean nothing without the WWE. Did you hear what I just said? The WWE made all of you. You all are eating because of the WWE, okay? They are your daddy, okay? You are their son, okay? They birthed you, okay? So don't bite the hand that feeds you. You keep playing games, and they're going to shut you down because guess what? We got the money, Jack, okay? We got the money. We can come on, Boston Bell. You're breathing too
sorry.
loud.
Oh, no,
we got the money.
I dozed
okay?
off for a minute.
Don't make us buy all of your talent just to put you out of business, okay? And I'm saying we, and I'm saying us because that's my family. Okay,
God.
Vince McMahon, he's like a brother to me.
How long have you been talking now about?
I'm just gonna let you all know that. So All In, this ROH event, this New Japan crap, all this nonsense. I'm just letting you know. You exist because the WWE allows you to exist. Don't forget it.
You know what's funny?
Sick of them.
You have this podcast because I allow you to have it.
What?
Just remember that.
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. You heard what I think. Now, what do you think? Do you agree with me? Do you think I'm a jerk? Maybe something in between? Head over to Facebook. Head over to Twitter. Type in Duke Loves Rasslin and let me know. Up next, we're going to sound off on Dave Meltzer. It ain't going to be pretty.
Hi, this is Earl Oliver from Sully's Vintage Wrestling.
This is Raj Geary with WrestlingInc.com.
This is Sean Reed, boxing writer and undercover low-key wrestling fan, and you're listening to Duke Loves Wrestling. Woo!
All right, folks, listen, I've gotten a lot of messages from all of you out there wanting me to weigh in on this Dave Meltzer issue. And, you know, some of them trying to tell me, Boston bad boy, that I better respond to this the right way.
Wow.
Right?
Well, you do get a lot of things wrong. So
Well, give me a break.
be that as it may.
There's a lot of, you know, the sexism is so strong in culture, and not just in this country, but just in general.
And especially in pro wrestling.
Yeah, which is a male-dominated industry. Let's
Right.
not, get this twisted.
And there's one particular company that really, could do a lot about it, but they choose not
Take
to.
it easy here. I mean, even in the wake of this women's revolution, evolution, whatever you want to call it, it's clear that there are so many people who want to see it fail.
Including, I think, in some ways, the WWE.
I don't think
they
the
do this
WWE
women's
sees it
revolution, and then they go to Saudi Arabia,
Okay, well,
and then the women can't wrestle. So tell me where was Saudi Arabia 40 years ago when there was no female wrestlers to deal with?
I'm not going to sit here and defend what they did in Saudi Arabia.
I certainly
Okay?
hope not.
I'm not going to defend
I
that.
certainly hope not.
I take issue with that as well.
All right.
But you got to start somewhere in order to make change. And sometimes the best way to make change is to do it from within. Okay? You got your people on the outside who can protest and raise hell and apply pressure that way, but you need somebody on the inside as well
Sure.
to make sure that it gets done the right way.
Mm-hmm.
So you need both sides of the coin in order for the coin to have value. That was profound. You see that? God. But getting back to this Dave Meltzer issue. And, folks, I'm not going to play games with it. In Boston Bad Boy, we don't shy away from these hot-button issues. We just kind of jump right in and piss everybody off because we don't care.
I really don't care.
Yeah. So let me just go right to what Meltzer said. This is what Dave Meltzer said in reference to the Iconics. That's Billy Kay and Peyton Royce. And he focused on Peyton Royce in particular. And I quote, "I thought they had a cool act in NXT and on the main roster. I don't get a thing out of them. I don't think their promos are particularly good. Their wrestling isn't good. I think they even I think Peyton Royce's transformation to look more attractive, I don't know. I don't want to say, but I don't think that," then Brian Alvarez chimes in, "that they were more attractive in NXT. Here comes Meltzer. "I thought so, yes. To me, yes, I would say so, but that's neither here nor there."
It's neither here nor there, but that's what he opens with.
That's what he opens with.
Now, it's one thing to criticize that you don't think their promos are good or whatever. That's fine.
Sure.
But that was all prelude for him to talk about tits. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what this is getting at.
This is where he's getting at. And Alvarez, well, no one says that she's unattractive, by the way. And Meltzer, I know. No, bleep. Yeah, I didn't say it at all. But she doesn't stand out to me. And when she was in NXT, she did. She was a lot lighter. Now, that's in reference to the fact that Peyton Royce definitely got some enhancements.
Sure.
And Dave Meltzer has a well-documented history of having problems when female wrestlers get enhancements.
Which is a whole Freudian thing, I think.
Yeah, what is that?
I think it goes deep.
What is
this guy? Listen, this is an old man who is probably jealous that he'll never get to see another pair of breasts, real or enhanced. So he is just doing the sort of sour grapes, curmudgeonly, sexist critique of a wrestler.
Sure.
Who's out there doing their business.
Yep. But he got called out.
Well, I hope so.
And then listen to his apology. I'd like to apologize to you. You are an exceedingly attractive woman.
Again, we're starting with looks.
I do realize the links and pressures on women in the entertainment world to maintain unnatural looks at times, and I'm glad you pointed this out.
You're unnatural looking, he said. I'm sorry you're unnatural looking.
What a piece of work this guy is.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. What if I said to you, I find Dave Meltzer's writing dry, I find his commentary uninsightful, and the fact that he has a really small penis really means that he shouldn't be, in the business at all, and it really doesn't do anything for me. The small penis is really the reason why Dave Meltzer is an ineffective wrestling writer.
Wow.
Would that make any sense?
Well, I would just leave that alone because I want to know how you know about Dave Meltzer's penis.
That was a hypothetical.
Well, I don't know.
So wait.
I'm not here to judge.
Are you saying that he does?
I don't know.
Well, by the way you're reacting, I'm giving you a hypothetical, and you're reacting as though I hit the nail on the head.
Well, I just don't want to have any problems with Dave Meltzer wondering how people know about his small penis. That could be a problem.
Exactly. I mean, for him, not for us.
Sure. Well,
obviously.
It is what it is.
I just think that, and then the half apology.
It wasn't even half.
Right. So, like, if he gets upset at us, right, and we say, you know what, sorry, Dave, we understand that it must be difficult for small-penised people to pretend to not have small penises and act like a normal person.
It makes them lash out.
Right, exactly. Yep. So, again, that makes as much sense as what he said.
What if this is breast envy? Could it be that?
Man breasts.
Man breasts. What if he, wants breasts, and he's upset because maybe for so long society has frowned upon men having breast enhancements?
Right.
And maybe he doesn't realize we're in 2018, man. I mean, come on.
More power to you.
Let it out, Dave. Get your breast enhancements, man.
That's right.
Do it.
I
support it.
I think that this probably goes to some deep Freudian thing. I think it goes to some maybe mother issues.
Sure.
And the fact that it's cheap heat. It's cheap heat. It's easy. You know what? It's like racism's easy. I don't need a real reason. I don't need to do any research to hate you.
Yeah.
I don't like the way you look.
Yeah.
Sexism, same thing. It's easy. Cheap heat. I don't need any reason to. I don't want to have to think about you. I don't want to have to admit that you are maybe an actual human being. I don't want to admit that you're more complex than I'm capable of handling. So I'll just throw, I don't like your big fake boobs out there.
And that's the only reason why you are successful in what you do, because you have big fake boobs.
But he said they were successful beforehand.
And that's the crazy
And now
part.
they're not successful.
And now they're not successful.
But the reason they're successful is because it makes no sense.
No, this guy's all over the place. You know what? Dave Meltzer.
He's lost his touch. He's lost his fastball.
I respect what you've contributed to the business because you're
the
a
only
person.
reason anybody's listening to this guy is because he's a dinosaur.
Yeah.
And he's been around for 100 years.
Yeah.
And you know what? Times they are a-changing, okay?
That Howard Stern act ain't going to work anymore, pal.
Oh, well, it ain't. And you know what? You're no Howard Stern.
No, he wishes.
You know
he was
why? Howard Stern loves breasts.
He does.
Okay,
it's true.
I would bet money that Howard likes breasts.
It's true.
So why is that the war you're fighting?
But this is the thing that kills me. He's supposed to be a journalist, right? He's supposed to report on the product.
And again, how are you going to, if let's say the product being the WWE, we know they have problems in this area. We know they have problems with the way they treat women, and the way they feature women. How can you be a sexist and report on it fairly?
You can't.
How can you see the things you're supposed to see? And you call yourself a fan? This is it. This is a subhuman move.
Well,
Dave Meltzer, king of the subhumans.
Is he the subhuman of the year?
Well, I think he's king of the subhumans.
Wow.
I mean, he might be just, that might be their god. And if you think about it, he sort of already is.
Well, Dave Meltzer, you got to let us know. Are you the subhuman god? Is this
king of all subhumans? King of
all subhumans. We need to get to the bottom of this. We're going to have an expose.
He has a whole subterranean empire.
We might have to call the National Enquirer and get a picture of him.
He has a whole subterranean empire of incel men who hate breasts.
Can you imagine?
I can imagine. It's not a far stretch from what pro wrestling to that world. I'll tell you that.
We're talking about some of the biggest, most talented athletes in the world, and he wants to complain about a woman's breasts.
Do you know what the best part about it? He could never say it to her face.
No, of course not.
And not because he's afraid that she's going to assault him, but because he's got no balls.
Well, he's a small man.
And this is cheap heat. Cheap heat.
True.
It's just like your hatred of Roman Reigns.
Well, my hatred of Roman Reigns is real.
Yeah, but you would never say it to him.
Well, I would say it to Roman Reigns' face.
He would pick you up with one hand and throw you out of the building
with his little wet hair and his stupid little fake.
That's what it is. He has hair, and that's what your problem is.
Well, yeah, and he has muscles and money and all that. But that's not the point. He's taller than me. But I would still tell Roman Reigns to his face that he's a punk. I don't care. I really don't care.
Mm-hmm.
But getting back to this Meltzer thing.
Yeah. Would you tell him he's a punk to his face? I certainly would.
Who?
Meltzer.
Meltzer?
Yeah.
I'd tell him a lot of things to his face.
Well, there you go.
I think he would run away.
He would never put himself in a position to answer for such questions.
And that's really the problem. I mean,
he's got a platform.
Yep.
And it's just,
But you know what? Here's the best part. The people who support him, I'm actually surprised at this. They're going all in.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like, here's someone who's been around a long time. And people, for the most part, it's a reliable source.
Sure.
So when you start sneaking in this wacko stuff, people's knee-jerk reaction is to say, well,
yeah,
that's not what's in his heart, Donald Trump.
But what he really meant, what he really
means by that is this. And what he really means by that is this. And it's like, he's got a problem with her breasts.
He's got a problem, not just her breasts. He has a document. There was the woman who was a valet and became a wrestler. She became a champion.
Mm-hmm.
She's still one of the biggest names ever known in wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Sable.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know that name.
She was a sex symbol. She's a big deal. She was a champion. She's a big deal. He would, anytime he wrote about this woman, he had to talk about her breasts, and with disdain, mind you.
Well, it's.
And how many years ago was that? That's over 20 years ago.
Yeah. Well,
right?
Again, it's somebody who has no confidence really in themselves.
Yeah.
And they're looking for an easy shot. They're looking for sensationalism by being cruel and unnecessary, because it's not that interesting. The rest of us who are fans of breasts look at them, deal with them with no problems.
Sure. But this guy, he has he has a mission.
Yeah, the mission is sexism. The mission is, I like looking at your breasts, but I want to make sure you know that I don't approve of it.
Yeah.
That you did that to yourself.
You're lower.
You're lower than me.
Yeah.
How dare you make me look at your enhanced breasts? Because that's dirty.
Mother
told me I should not look at breasts.
Yes.
Mother told me I should not look at breasts. How dare you put those fine breasts out there for me to look at?
And I'm going to tell you that I liked you better when maybe you didn't have them.
Right. I want to put you back where I found you.
But I'm still watching.
Because I knew where you were before, and I'll put you back where I found you. Because you make me uncomfortable.
But I'm watching.
This is the same mentality that causes white people to call the police on black people having a cookout in the park.
Can you imagine?
How dare you make me feel uncomfortable?
And I'm uncomfortable because you exist.
Exactly. Because I can't handle breasts. I can't handle them.
That's it.
He can't handle breasts.
He is so wrapped up in the breast thing that he can't even take a look at an athlete for what they are and focus on them doing their job. He's got to talk about their breasts.
I have a question for you, actually. It's a quick aside. When you go to the Popeyes, breast or thigh? I mean, do you have one of each? Because to me, I think the thigh is what you want. The breast is too boring.
I like the thigh.
Yeah, you want a little bit more of the...
Because there's more crispy, there's more meat.
Right.
There's, there's a lot of things. I like the thigh.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you're hungry, you got to go for the breast just because there's more meat.
Well, it depends. But
the breast, there's more flavor in the wing parts, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'm more of a thigh than I have to say that.
I'm really hungry now.
Yeah, me
So we need to get things rolling here.
Well, I just want to say, Dave Meltzer, you're welcome to come on the Duke Loves Wrestling.
I don't know that he's welcome to come on
no,
here.
I
Well, I
want
don't
this
want to
guy.
give him a
He
platform.
can defend himself.
He's already got a platform.
He can defend himself.
He should invite us on his show
I don't
so
want
we
to go
can
on
give
his
him a
show.
talking to.
His show, the fact that you have these Midians out there trying to defend this crap, and my favorite is where are the wrestlers speaking out against the WWE and they did this and they did that, but they want to brag on Dave Meltzer? Hey, pal. Yeah. Yeah. So what? So because I won't speak out against my employer, who knows what kind of agreement that I had to sign to say that I can't say certain things in public, and what have you, right? But because I won't tell you something negative about my employer and what I agree or disagree about what they do, that means that I can't call out somebody else?
Well, again, this is another problem that's going on in this country.
That is
it's like,
stupid.
Oh, you're going to protest against racial injustice? Well, why don't you protest about all those people on welfare that shouldn't be on? Okay.
What does one have to do with the other?
And what am I going to do? Everything?
Yeah,
you
well, that's it. That's what you have to do. Everything. Because I'm going to move the goalpost.
That's exactly.
I'm going to move that goalpost.
Keep moving the goalpost.
Yeah. Well, you're not serious, man. This is fake outrage because you won't be outraged about this thing.
Right.
As far as I know.
Exactly.
Did you ever ask me if I was outraged about the other thing? That's the thing.
And there's more than one level of outrage.
Oh boy.
For instance, I'm always at a slow boil when I'm dealing with you.
Oh, okay.
But when it finally breaks through, I'm pulling the plug.
Well, I don't like your face, so there's that.
Yeah, well, what? Too bad.
Yeah.
A lot of people do.
Well, Dave Meltzer, you get negative 50 stars for the way you've conducted yourself this week. It's disgraceful. I'm ashamed of you, and in all honesty, you really need to fix yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
Take it away, Tony Schiavone.
Mr. Tony Schiavone, and we're desperately out of time on Duke Loves Wrestling.